Hello, my name is Caleb Waller, and today I will be reviewing the book entitled Appetite for America, Fred Harvey and the Business of Civilizing the Wild West, One Meal at a Time, by Stephen Fried. This book tells the vivid story of Fred Harvey, who was an immigrant from London that arrived in the United States in 1853. Fred's story is one of significant value, and his impact has left lasting impressions upon the American hospitality and dining industries that we know of today. Harvey brought systematic and ideological change to the way Americans dined outside of the home. His first major accomplishment in this arena was transforming the poorly run eating houses along the Santa Fe Railroad into culinary establishments that offered some of the best food people had ever eaten. Harvey was one of the first to offer a menu of variety and quality. This was done by careful management of the supply chain and standardizing how each meal was cooked to provide a structure of consistency. This model of crafting decent food in mass quantities of the same caliber would become a roadmap for the fast food restaurants we now know of today. Harvey was indeed a visionary and revolutionizing force of his time. He wanted to refine the Wild West of America and enforce things like no curse words and proper dress code, including suits for men while in the dining room. There were also humanitarian aspects of Harvey's operation. While he strived for professionalism and upscale appeal, during the harsher economic times, he would offer food to even those who couldn't afford the price tag. Harvey created the first major brand name of America. He was the first to use his actual name as the brand, which resonated in the marketing realm for years to come. He was also the first to create a female workforce. The Harvey girls, as they would become known as, were the waitress staffing force behind the many Harvey House restaurants. This was revolutionary at the time, as women had very little opportunity in the workforce. Fred Harvey implemented a standard of pay and living for these women that was completely ahead of his time. The female workforce also had an impact of civilizing the West, which to Harvey had always been important. Harvey's empire of restaurants, hotels, and other hospitality-related operations would thrive alongside the bustling railroads of the western United States. His brand was certainly at the right place at the right time. The late 19th century provided a booming time for his business, while the 20th century brought about challenges with the railroad system slowly becoming overtaken by the highway system and more individuals traveling by automobile than rail. Regardless of the reasons for the Harvey brand decline and eventual overtaking, the story of Fred Harvey is important and it needs to be told and shared. Fred Harvey's life of entering America as a poor young immigrant, transforming industries, and creating a brand empire is truly one of significance. Fred Harvey embodied the American dream, innovated new industries, stood for equality of women, and offered help to those less fortunate. All in all, this was a positive book. Possibly a tad bit long for my preferences, but nonetheless important. I had actually never heard of Fred Harvey before this class and reading this book, which is kind of surprising being an MBA student with previous business education. You would think that a marketing class in my past would have brought something like this up. Which points to a rather depressing fact that as time passes, the new generations don't seem to appreciate and respect the older innovations of the past. Sure, the Harvey Company probably should have shifted their strategy to accommodate the changing ways of transportation and technology, but they were the first of their kind to standardize fast food. That's huge. I unfortunately eat too much of it in 2015, and this is dating back to the mid-1800s. That is a lasting impact. His brand inspired others such as Walt Disney, and the Harvey girls kick-started a much-needed revolution of women in the workplace. His spirit of innovation and ability to find areas of business that could be restructured for capitalizing was incredible. He saw trends and anticipated where they were heading, completely transformed otherwise desolate areas, creating a need and creating a market for something that would otherwise not exist remains a constant force behind innovation as we know it today. Fred Harvey was one of the first people to bring this driving force to America, and Stephen Fried did an excellent job of detailing it for us in this book. Thank you.